Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and in today's video I decided to do a full glam Middle Eastern inspired makeup tutorial for all of you. I really wanted to do something that was very bold and heavy. I have not worn makeup to this extent in quite some time, honestly. To be honest, I love doing like soft, neutral, simple glam. That's when I honestly feel the prettiest, but this is kind of fire, honestly. Like, don't even know, maybe it's just been a long time since I've gone anywhere. I normally do heavy looks like this for like weddings and parties, or like if we would go out, you know, every now and then. But I wanted to do something that was very focused and inspired by the beautiful Middle Eastern culture. I am Afghan American, and growing up as a child, I remember my cousins and my mom and my aunts would always do like a heavy eye, neutral lip, beautiful cheeks, and just smoky situation. And that's kind of the inspiration behind this look today, is just dark and heavy and bold and beautiful. Hello? I have listed everything that I've used in the description box below, so you don't need to take notes. You're welcome. That being said, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's grow this family together. If you don't also follow me on social media, I will link my accounts right here. Be sure to follow me and stay in tune with the looks that I create, and just health, beauty, lifestyle, all that stuff. And if you are interested in learning how I created this beautiful makeup look, then please continue to watch this video. Okay, I have my hair pinned out of my face, and I did talk about these hair clips and how much I love them. They're on my 2021 beauty must-haves, and the link is on the description box. If you like to do your makeup as much as I do, or you're doing skincare, things like that, these are super handy and it clips everything away out of your face. So the first step, I like to do my eyebrows first. I basically do my eyes and eyebrows first in the case that there's any fallout, or if I have to go back and clean something up, I don't already have makeup on my face. So I'm going to just use the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil to fill in my eyebrows, and then I'll clean them up with a little bit of concealer just because we're going full on. I've been using this pencil for quite some time. It's one of my favorite brow products. I just brush my hair up and I begin on the bottom of my brow and I just start filling them in. I have done multiple videos on how I do my eyebrows. I will link them below, but honestly, I've changed my eyebrow technique so much, and now it's just like as careless as possible. Everyone's into those like hair-like type eyebrows where it just looks natural and fluffy. I just fill them in where it's needed, and then I darken them up a little bit because they're super light in color. I'm just gonna go onto the top of the brow and just create that arch where I don't have one. So I'm gonna just go ahead and thicken it up a little bit. I do like a thick brow, and then bring it down. And then I'll end it right where my eye ends, like that. It's just really nice to have like a thick brow, especially if we're doing a very bold eye. It really just complements everything really, really well. Okay, so because I know I'm going to be putting on a lot of eyeshadow, I'm actually gonna conceal my entire eyelid. So just grabbing any concealer that you have, I'm gonna put this all over my eyelid, and then I'll brush it up under the brow to really clean up the brows. But this really helps just pigment any color that you put on your lips. Not your lips, your eyes. Hello? I know it seems like a lot of concealer, but I just blend it. I blend it all out, and then I just go right under the brow like this and clean it up. And then you can also clean up the tops of your brow if you need to. I just kind of really like it clean as possible for a look like this, just really sharp everywhere. And then just taking any bigger blending brush, you're gonna blend that product everywhere really nicely, all behind the eyelid, and then set it with any powder that you have. You can also use any eyeshadow primer on your lid. I just prefer concealer. It's easier, and I'm already gonna use it to clean my brows, but that's pretty much it. Just grabbing any translucent powder. This is by Mercier. I like to put powder all over this concealer. It is essentially a cream product, so it's gonna be harder to blend anything on this, especially if you're gonna go in with powder eyeshadows, but putting a translucent powder or any sort of powder on top of this cream concealer to set it will help really apply that powder eyeshadow on smoothly and be able to blend it out, because you're putting powder on powder, not powder on liquid. So you'll have more of a better possibility blending it out. This is the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, but the original one that came out the first time, the new one has like a whole different cover on it with her picture. This is the absolute Middle Eastern type beautiful palette. It has darker shades, it has shimmer shades. And it's very like Moroccan type, like Arabic. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just so, so beautiful. Okay, so we want to do a smoky type look. I'm gonna go all in. I wanna go dark. I wanna go smoky black. So I'm gonna first go ahead and put a beautiful background transition color. I'm going in with the color Sandalwood. It's a burnt orange matte like orange situation. It's not too heavy, but it's like pretty. It has like a brown undertone. I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush and just put this all over my eyelid, and I'm gonna blend in circular motions and also bring it out. And yeah, just keep putting until you're comfortable with the amount of product on there. I like to go pretty heavy because this color is so behind the scenes. It's basically gonna not even really show. So I really like to pack that on there as much as possible and then go in with other colors. Now I'm picking up the color Henna on the palette. It's a darker orange color. I'm going to focus this on the crease area of my eye, really in the middle and the outer corners to really amplify that orange and really get it to start smoking out. I'm going to eventually put a black shadow over this, but I'm not bringing this all the way up, just right here in the center and in the outer corner. So you can see that beautiful transition in color, and you see like a few different shades. You see a light orange, a dark orange. I might even add like a burgundy in there. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep adding and blending this into the inner area and the center and then bring it out. I'm also gonna pick up the color Man Eater. This is more of a darker cranberry shade. And I'm gonna also put this in the center, kind of where I put that color Henna, but focus it more in the center area. You see it's gonna give it a little bit more of a cranberry effect. And it just really helps with that beautiful transition before we get the black shadow in there. I am using a smaller blending brush to do this, just so I can focus it more and build it in the center area right here. Kind of like a crease effect, but I'm still blending. I don't want a crease, but I'm still gonna add it in there. So I'm actually going to keep the lids of my eyes matte. I'm into this matte situation. You can go in with a gorgeous shimmer color, but I wanna do matte and I'm gonna wing it out and everything. But for the center and lid of my eye, I'm taking the color Bay. It's a matte cream color. I'm just gonna pack this all over my lid and then I'll go back and blend it in. I want this area to really just pop, and it looks really pretty when you have that lighter shade in the inner area, corner area of your eye. I'm just gonna pack this all over to kind of the end of my eye, but I'm not going all the way to the end, like right here towards the center, but a little bit out. And then I'm just taking it to my crease. I'm not going too high up. You can also put this a little bit in the inner corner. It really helps pop, make your eyes pop. You can go in with the shimmer color as well and put it in the inner corner, but I'm just focusing this right there, and you can see it looks really pretty already. I'm gonna go back in with that smaller blending brush and just kind of blend everything so it looks seamless. I'm not going over the lid, but I'm just gonna go right above it and kind of blend everything out like that. Okay, now I'm literally doing it. I'm going in with a dark black eyeshadow. This is the color Black Truffle. This is actually one of the best black eyeshadows I've ever used. It's in this palette and it's so pigmented, it's so heavy, and it blends so beautifully. I'm taking a smaller blending brush. This is actually the Morphe M514 brush, the best blending brush for creases and outer corners, really builds definition. Grab some of that product, and I'm literally gonna focus this on the outer ends of my eye first, and then I'll bring it in a little bit. But I'm going to go as if I'm creating an eyeliner effect like that, and I'm just gonna bring it out. I'm also gonna blend it in the outer V area of my eye like that, but really focus it on the outer corner. So it really builds that definition. Just continuing to blend this all over the outer V area of my eye. You can see I'm not bringing it in too high, and I'm definitely not bringing it into the inner of my eye. Black eyeshadow can be a little scary. It can be intimidating, but it also can be super beautiful and super fun. And you know, you just have fun with it and expect it to be a heavier look than normal. But if you're comfortable with that and you're going out or whatever it may be, it's so pretty and it's fun. So this is as smoky as I want to take it. You can see, you still see those beautiful orange transition shades. My lid is still nice and matte with that beige color. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a wing liner, and then we'll clean the bottom out. You can see why I don't do my face makeup first. I do get a lot of fallout because I'm really focusing this on the ends of my eye and bringing it under like that. And then I'll clean it up and go ahead and do the bottom area of my eye when I'm done with my makeup. I'm using the Laura Geller eyeliner. This is one of my favorite eyeliner pens. It has two sides. It has a kohl side and a liquid eyeliner side. So this, I'm gonna use this for both actually to smoke out the bottom. But it's, if you're like myself and you need help with doing wing liner, this is a great tool to start with because you have a lot of control holding it as a pen, and it's easy to wipe off, and it's just overall a great product. So I'm just going to start, I like to hold my eye like this, and I'm gonna go ahead and create the wing first. And I'm gonna bring it in. For lashes, I'm using Azeredo Cosmetics. This is their lash collection. It comes with quite a few different styles, and I'm going to use the style Legendary. Nothing stresses me out more than putting lashes on, that's for sure. Okay, so now that that is on, I'm going to give it a second to really dry. And I have a fan, so yes, I'm going to fan myself. And the final step is just grabbing any little makeup pad and some makeup remover. I'm using the one from Tarte. It's just a micellar water. I'm gonna go ahead and go right under the eye area and clean off any fallout, if any. And I'm just gonna go ahead and prep my face so we can start the complexion. All right, now we can start on our face now that we have this beautiful, beautiful heavy eye. I'm going to prime my face with the Laura Mercier primer. This is their foundation oil-free primer, which I really, really love. It actually looks and feels just like a cream. So I literally apply it to the center of my face right here, where I tend to have the most pores on my nose, and a little goes a long way. You can tap it in as well. I'll also tap some into my forehead, but really just the center of my face is where I need to focus the primer the most. So then for foundation, I'm going to mix both the NARS Soft Matte, because I want a full coverage, and this is pretty full coverage. I love it. But I'm also going to mix it with my Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, just because this alone is pretty heavy. And I'm going to use very minimal product from this, but I'm going to go pretty heavy with the Armani one because I want it to kind of get everywhere on the face. The Armani one isn't as full coverage. It's a very medium wear, but it's absolutely the best foundation for like every day. But because we're focusing more on a heavier full glam, I do want to have a lot more definition to the face. So I'm doing just a few pumps of the Armani one, and I'm going to mix just like 1 drop of the Soft Matte. I'm just grabbing a big dual brush and just, uh-oh, there's a hair on here. All right, so just again, putting this all over my face, and then I'm going to go in with the Beauty Blender. I'm only focusing this on the bottom of my face here, my cheeks. Definitely not under the eye because I'm gonna put concealer there and I don't wanna overlap the product. And I know that I'm gonna cover the entire under eye with concealer, so I'm just gonna focus this everywhere else. I've pretty much applied it everywhere. Grabbing a Beauty Blender and then going over everything. I also hate and cannot stand when there's just like makeup all over my hands, so I'm wiping as I go. I'm just going to grab my Maybelline Age Rewind Eraser Concealer. This is one of the best concealers. I love it. I'm in the color 120 Light. And I'm going to just apply this under my eye, just like that. And I'm also going to bring it out a little bit so it can help give me that snatched situation. I'm directly focusing this under the eye. I'm not bringing it all the way down, and then when you blend it you can bring it down. I'm also going to highlight my forehead a little bit, the bridge of my nose, because we're going to do like a full contour heavy glam, and right under my lip. Just going to blend this with my Beauty Blender. Get in under the eye. Really focus under the eye area. It's very important. And then whatever's left over, I just kind of bring it lower, but I don't want it to be too bright like in these areas. I just leave whatever's left over on my Beauty Blender and bring it down. But you can see under the eye is pretty emphasized with the concealer. It's nice and bright, and that's really what I was focusing on. The nose area, I don't use my Beauty Blender because I don't want to hide this line. Like, I've noticed if I go in with the Beauty Blender and blend it in, it'll kind of disappear. So I just take a big, like a blending brush that you have, and I kind of blend it, but I don't take that line away because I want it to still be there. That's what's going to give you that straight bridge nose effect. Just tapping it, and once you go in with contour and everything, it'll look normal, I promise. I'm going to just bring some color back onto my face. I'm going in with the KKW Dark Contour Stick, and I'm going to begin contouring my face. I'm just going to put a few dots right over here, right in the cheekbone area, and then definitely right on my forehead. Just grabbing any blending brush that is a blush brush or a contour brush. You can see how nice and easy that is to blend. I'm just going to really blend this and then bring it down as much as possible, but really focus it on this area. I'm gonna go in with the Mercier translucent powder and go ahead and set my under eye. I'm just gonna grab another beauty blender that I use specifically for powder. It's not wet or damp or anything. I'm gonna jump into this powder and go right under my eye where we put all that concealer. And I'm just pressing this into my skin. And I'm gonna leave it there for like just a few seconds and then wipe it off. Basically just setting everywhere that I had applied that concealer and where I tend to get oily. So right in my forehead area, a little bit around my eyebrows, and especially right under my eye. And these corners of my nose is where I tend to get so oily. That said, I'm just going to take a flat brush and press this into my skin. I'm not sweeping it off because I don't want it to move anything. I'm pressing it into my skin so it just blends with everything. And then anything that flies away on its own, it's like that's excess, will come off. I'm not moving it myself. I press this into my skin so it stays as matte as possible, and you can see how beautiful it looks. Like there's just a filter under my eye. These products are so incredibly good. I'm going to go in with some bronzer now. This is by Kylie Cosmetics in the color Tan and Gorgeous, and just a small, this is a MAC 222 brush. I'm gonna just dip it into this a little bit and contour my nose. So just go down the bridge of my nose, right on the sides. I'm going very light. I'm not applying too much product, but I'm bringing it from my brow down to the end of my nose. And this is gonna help kind of define my nose and give it that contour look. I'm also going to just put some on the tip right there, and that'll help make your nose look cute and short. And then you can take your finger and just kind of blend it. You can even take your beauty blender and lightly go over it, but I don't really want to hide those lines. I just wanted to give it that bronzer effect. Also grabbing that same bronzer in a big fluffy brush. This is by Morphe M401. I'm just grabbing some product and kind of going over my cheeks where we put that cream contour, just to kind of give everything a pretty tan, seamless color, so I look like I'm not washed out or super pale. This on my neck as well, just bringing everything back together. I'm going to take this Charlotte Tilbury blush. This is in the color Intense, and it is quite intense. It's very peachy. It's similar to those transition colors we have behind the eyelid, and I'm gonna focus it kind of on the center pink color, but I'll grab a little bit of the outer darker pink as well, and I'm just gonna put this all over my cheeks. I'm gonna smile like this and focus this on the apples of my cheek first, and then I'll kind of bring a little bit up, but I'm not bringing it where this contour bronzer is. I'm literally just smiling and very barely bringing it up like that. So when you smile, you can see that blush color right there, and it's so pretty. So you can see, as it's called Intense, this is definitely an intense blush, but I wanted that. I really want to focus the color on my cheeks like that. So when you smile, you just have pretty filler-like, Botox-like, if that's what you're into, filler-type cheeks, and it really brings and uplifts your face like that. Going in with this Bobbi Brown Illuminator. This is a highlighter in the color Moon Glow, and just a big fluffy brush. I'm going to just highlight my cheekbones like this and bring some, just like some highlight to life. This really helps just bring some character back to your face. It doesn't make you look too matte. I also put it on my forehead. To just take some with my finger and put some on the tip of my nose here and on the bridge of my nose, like this. I'm also gonna take this highlighter with a flat brush and put this under my brow bone here, because when you turn your face and the light hits your eye, it kind of hits that under brow bone just like that, and it's very, very beautiful. But this is a very soft, it's not too overwhelming. It's like a natural highlighter. It really makes you just look like you're glowing. Remember, when you do put some on your brow bone, take any big fluffy brush and just kind of go over it so it's blended like that. All right, our face is coming together. I am going to quickly clean this mess up because it's giving me anxiety. Okay, before I move on to lips, I'm going to finish the eye. I'm going to go back in with that Laura Geller eyeliner, and I'm going to go in with the kohl side. It's kind of like an eyeliner. It's honestly like a huge, thick crayon, honestly. I'm just going to go ahead and put some on the inside of my eye. I'm just tight lining. Just like that, and you can see it already looks so good. Very little, because a little goes a long way. Just grabbing a pencil brush, I'm going to then smoke this out under my eye. And then grabbing a bigger fluffy brush, I'm going to go back in with that color Man Eater. It's that beautiful dark cranberry color. And I'm also just going to add this under the eye. I'm going to mix it in with that black, and oh my goodness, that is beautiful. I'm just going to zoom in for you so you can see that under eye effect. You can see how pretty that is right under the eye. It just really helps bring the whole eye together and everything just complements each other. All right, so I just added some mascara on the bottom, and then now we can do our lips. I'm gonna go ahead and just complement this look with a peachy nude lip to really go with the cheeks, to go with the eyes, but I don't want to go too heavy. You definitely can add a darker lip to this, but it's your call. I want to keep it as neutral as possible. Just grabbing the color Boldly Bare by MAC. It's a lip liner. It's a pretty peachy pink nude. I'm gonna line my entire lip with this, and then I'll go over it with some lipstick. And then I just put some Honey Love nude lipstick by MAC also right all over the center of my lips. And you can stop here or you can add some lip gloss. It's totally up to you. But I kind of like the way this looks as is. And I think we're good. Okay, gonna take our hair down. And that is it for this video. Definitely easy and manageable. Quite a few steps, but obviously that's expected given that this is a very full glam. But I do hope you enjoyed and learned something. This is definitely something you could rock anytime, but just feel glamorous and like bold and beautiful. That's the vibe I'm taking away from this, and I'm actually really, really pleased with the results. As mentioned, I did list everything in the description box below, so you can definitely recreate this look. Comment down below and let me know what you think and just more ideas for things you want to see me create. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.